Hello everyone, welcome to Under Visits. In today's video, we'll be discussing some of the saddest MCU moments. The Marvel Cinematic Universe may be best known for its epic battles, quippy one-liners, and sprawling story arcs, but none of that would mean much if it couldn't also get its audience emotionally invested in its immense cast of characters. Perhaps one of Marvel's greatest successes have been the way it has humanized every significant player or its impressive roster, from a talking tree with a three-word vocabulary to an entitled billionaire with God complex. While we love seeing our favorite heroes win, it's in hardship that they become the most relatable, showing us that underneath all of the tremendous superpowers and advanced training, there are still people who grieve, doubt, regret, and worry just like us. Captain America vs. Iron Man. Captain America Civil War. Steve Rogers and Tony Stark were never the closest friends within the MCU, functioning more as a friendly co-workers than best buds. But it still felt like a punch to the gut when they went for each other's throats at the end of Captain America Civil War. Up until that point, they had been having mounted to an intellectual disagreement, superhero style, with Tony being in favor of the government-backed Sokovia Accords and Steve being opposed. Sure, they had a massively destruction fight at a German airport, but at the end of the day, they all still seemed like to care about one another. You Could Never Hurt Me. Avengers Infinity War. Although Infinity War is filled with fallen heroes, only one is taken out by a fellow Avenger and one he loves to boot. During the final battle, when Vision realizes that the Infinity Stone in his forehead is all that stands between Thanos and unlimited universe annihilating powers, he asks his girlfriend Wanda to destroy the stone, which he knows will kill him in the process. At first, Wanda refuses, but Vision pleads with her, telling her that she won't hurt him, and echoing back her words from earlier in the film, "I just feel you." Weeping Wanda unleashes the energy beam that will destroy to the stone. Right up until the moment it shatters, Vision continues to reassure her, whispering, it's alright, I love you."
If he gets the stone, half the universe dies.
Peter Parker calls for help. Spider-Man Homecoming. Although Peter Parker was introduced in the MCU fighting alongside the adult heroes in Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming drives home the reality that despite his great powers, the web slinger is still just a kid. Nowhere is this more apparent than following Peter's disastrous confrontation with the Vulture, which ends when the villain uses drones to drop an entire warehouse on Peter. After the Vulture leaves Peter for dead, we see Peter trapped beneath tons of rubble, gasping for breath as metal and concrete presses down on him. At first he tries to get himself out but quickly gives up. Overwhelmed at the enormity of the task, Peter then begins to cry, screaming for help even though he knows no one is likely to hear. And even if they do, there's not much they could do to help. It's the reaction of a kid stuck in an impossible and overwhelming situation who just wants an adult to intervene and make things better. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Avengers Infinity War. Superhero movies have been around for decades, but it wasn't until Infinity War that one had the nerve to end with the deaths of over half of its heroes. Following Thanos' snap after obtaining all of the Infinity Stones, audiences and Avengers alike looked on in confused disbelief as some of the MCU's most popular characters disintegrated before our eyes, including Black Panther, Star-Lord, and Doctor Strange. But probably none of the deaths at the end of Infinity War hurt quite so much as the loss of Peter Parker, whose spidey sense gave him a few extra seconds to realize that something was very, very wrong before he started to disappear. To original Avengers fall, Avengers Endgame. It feels almost disrespectful to combine these two into a single entry, but the truth is that Natasha Romanoff and Tony Stark both sacrificed themselves in the same movie in pursuit of the same goal, so it's fitting to talk about them together. Black Widow met her end on Vormir and the same cliff where Gamora was sacrificed in Infinity War. But unlike Gamora, who was thrown to her death against her will, Natasha duked it out with her best friend, with each of them fighting to save the other from a rocking end. Ultimately, Natasha prevailed, assuring Clint that it was okay before she fell to the rocks far below, all in the name of obtaining the Soul Stone that would allow them to reverse what Thanos had done. It's because of Natasha's sacrifice that Bruce Banner is able to bring back everyone that was killed at the end of Infinity War, and that Tony is ultimately able to steal all of the Infinity Stones from Thanos and wipe out his armies, once and for all. After defeating Thanos, Peter Parker, James Rhodes, and Tony's wife Pepper Potts all gather around the fallen Iron Man, offering him love and support as he gradually fades away. So which one is your favorite among all? Do share in the comments section. Thank you so much.